everybody. As the seasonal holidays now come to a close, we're all in the midst of getting ready to get back to our reality, whether that's going to school, going to university, being a working mum, a working dad, a carer for somebody. Our commitments are starting to draw closer and closer. And it has been a decade of insight, and particularly I know that 2019 was a year for many to introspect and learn a lot of wisdom about themselves and a lot of wisdom about the people that they have around them. I think it's really important as we go into this year and our regular routine to not lose sight of all of the golden nuggets of insight and wisdom that you have worked so hard to ascertain and gather. And I wanted to share with you today a really good visual that I often draw for clients. I draw it for my children. I remind myself of it sometimes to help you to realize that actually you create how you feel. You are responsible for the energy that you take to a situation, and you are also responsible for the energy that you take away from a situation. So without further ado, I'm going to draw you this diagram, and I hope that you find it as insightful as I find it. It's really, really simple. So the first thing I'm going to draw is one stick person. We won't call it a man or a woman. So here's stick person number one. That can be you. And then I shall draw another one, and that could be somebody else. So you can see there's two people. Now, in this bubble around you, it could be me, there are lots and lots of different things. So there are lots of your thoughts, lots of your feelings, your experiences, your learning, your insight, your values, your background, your energy, etc. Lots and lots of these things. And the same goes for the other person that you might be interacting with or crossing paths with. So they have their own stuff, and it could be great stuff. It could be a higher vibration, but it might be the opposite. It might be quite a low vibration. It might be some negative feelings that they're bringing to a situation. It could be their values that they're trying to project on you, their experiences, etc. When we're around others, there is a tendency for humans to want to mirror and match. It's human nature to want to do that, the person that they are facing. And you know, sometimes when you come out of meeting someone or spending a lot of time with someone, you might say, gosh, you know, I just feel so drained now, or I feel so lifted being in the presence of that person. So that's exactly what I'm talking about here. We can't help but pick up on the vibrations and the energy that other people have. It's human nature. However, the good news is the more aware we are of what we have going on for us, so that's not about anything materialistic, by the way. It's about our values. It's about what we stand for, our energy, our mood, our vibration, how we're feeling that day, what we know about ourselves to be true. Then the less likely we'll be impacted by the energy that somebody else brings to a dynamic. This is super important because the more awareness you have over yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, your values, as I've mentioned, all the great things that you have going for you, the truth about who you are. Keep it kind, by the way, people, because we can be our own worst enemies. Then the less likely you are to be influenced and impacted by this stuff going on over here for person B. Now, often people can project. It's human nature. So what this person might do is they might start sharing things with you, okay? And you might start sharing things with them. And before you know it, there's a transfer of energy, excuse my drawings, of energy and vibration, but hopefully you're getting the point. If you are feeling drained, if you are physically feeling blown, or something's not sitting right with you physically, listen to your body, because our thoughts, I think it's backwards, our thoughts our feelings and our body, and I'll put this on another post for you, are all an interconnected system. So often our body, excuse my doctor's handwriting, our body will pick up on the energy that is being passed to us, and we'll start thinking things like, oh, something doesn't feel right here, or I'm not feeling as great as I felt. And then you might start feeling quite down. And the opposite can happen. Hopefully the opposite will happen, where your body feels lifted, you feel more energized, you feel more consciously aware, you feel better being in the presence of that person. Your feelings will be positive and your thoughts will be positive. So it will impact that cycle that we all have, by the way. We need to listen to it. And as we go into our lives in 2020, as we start this chapter of our book, January, the first working week, or the first week where we might be seeing more people than we have seen over the last couple of weeks, the more aware we are of this energy, this transfer of energy, the more we can protect our own, to ensure that we are taking care of ourselves. And that's what we call self-care. So this year I'm going to be talking to you a lot about self-care and how you preserve your bubble of goodness. Here it is, your bubble of goodness. And how, despite, even if you might be living with this person or married to this person, or this person's your child, or whatever it might be, how despite all of that, you can still maintain your own and you can still feel good despite what's happening around you. And the first step is to know your values, what you stand for, the truth about you, your boundaries, and your intuition. Now, we all have some sort of a sixth sense. We all pick up on vibrations. We just do it. You don't need a degree and a master's in psychology to know if being around someone is enabling you or doing the opposite. You just know in your heart, you just know. And I really believe that. Now, I studied psychology for years, okay? For years and years and years, and I've worked with people for years. However, I'll always listen and come back to myself and my body. I don't refer to the textbooks when I get a bad vibration. I refer to my physiology. And that's enough to tell me that something isn't sitting right. So I would strongly encourage you to take note of this and to make your notes, by the way, and reach out if you have any questions. Good luck. Remember, this is your life. This is your chapter. This is your book. Make it a good experience. You create how you feel. Good luck.